Hello, hey, how's it going? I, am streaming a little later than I have been in the past few weeks. Not that there's like a schedule or anything like that, but sort of, ebb and flow of my actual work. We're playing Citizen Sleeper today. I know so little about this, but I did see this pop up on Game Pass, so, gotta milk that $1.13 a month I pay, Canadian. Milk it to the very last drop. But this game looks kind of interesting, and I was looking at a few of the reviews, and some people were saying that it was kind of like a cool, like post capitalist sad game that's like an RPG, which it kind of interests me, and it's got kind of like reading kind of focus, which I've been sort of doing more recently. So I thought, why not give it a try? Yeah. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna make a new file. You have to pick class at the start. What even tells you the frame? Or is it all the same frame? Oh, this one is a different frame. Like body type, I guess? The frame SLPR-M45. I don't know what to pick. Or I don't really know if one is better than others, per se. So this is the Machinist. A Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to Machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. Perks Efficiency Extractor. Chance to gain random scrap items on engineer actions. That sounds like it could be useful. I had more context for what everything was. I did play like 5 minutes basically to make sure that the game worked, and so he's got +1 to engineering, but -1 to engaging problems head on. I imagine you can increase these later. Operator. Operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Okay, perk, chance to gain cryo on interface actions. So I guess like any actions that I have a +1 to interface, digital interfaces. But I have low endurance or low strength. Thinking. Oh, and this is the strength point. Extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. So, but they are not very aware. So, like, my perception's low, but my endurance is high. I'm thinking maybe Machinist. I don't know if that's the good choice or not. I don't know if there is a good choice, but yeah, why not? What's the worst thing that could happen? First thing, oh, well, it says, where are you? Unknown. I have items. Cryo. Cryptocurrency. Oh, that's kind of topical for what's going on right now. Cryptocurrency stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. Okay, yeah, no data. Yeah, I don't know where I am. First thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. At its worst, when waking, you find pardon me. First, I just started reading today. I've never read before in my life. When yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. Girl, look at that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a flesh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. Cold slips in. Hold on. Suddenly, the music level got turned up. I definitely turned it to 3. It's that thing where if you click new game, it just completely resets your audio levels. The cold slips in, behind and around you, and the sensation fades out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present. Cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan? I mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited, and once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either a plan or that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into a cargo processing, seal yourself into containers, and then just hope the freighters left before you were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point, only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough. Enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock. Even if the airless hold on a freighter, even if in the airless hold on a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Let's try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly aware of the damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but even then, your body has shut many of its systems down to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes, the cold creeps in. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too. Everywhere, screeching and shimmering, so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then lights, white as the cold, then softer and softer until in a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You are out. I'm out of the cage. Despite all my rage, I am still a robot in a cage. Dragos, problematic salvager. Drop it on me, Dragos. Oh. Hello. What is that on your shoulder? A little freaky. A pragmatic and private salvager. Dragos. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life. You stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by an angular, incoherent lump of ship, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along with their edges where the plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thought yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better preservation and new frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few you frozen solid hull plates frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinted eyes, the mark of the drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eyes? Its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. There's a lot of words here. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggled to read his expression beneath the tech, but it seems lost. He seems lost in a memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to it, to sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, it's theirs now, and you're just software, a rogue emulation, illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. Remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is that what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours has fallen apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property, but they can't keep hold of you. Then there's no use. Then no one can. You remember that too. Well, you remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were a part of your routine. Stop taking them, and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, Sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is in the best place you could be right now. The Eye. The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. You haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Get to sleep on a metal ground, yay. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back to the Rex, his drones already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. I mean, that's nice. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. So basically, like, you're living like an RPG-style life. I'm the Machinist. These are my skills. I think you can level them up once you get upgrade points. That kind of stuff. It doesn't look like I can actually level up this, though. Or maybe I have to put a point in first. Well, we'll see. Empty container. It's my home now. So when you sleep, you get, like, dice. You'll see. It'll show up in a second. And those dice you use to help further the day. Four steel walls in the container. You wake up curled in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are, in this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this, what matters? Escape? Getting answers? Building a life? I'm gonna say building a life. I'm gonna live life up here. Maybe you did get lucky, finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn how to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. A mylar blanket, a bedroll to sleep on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets? Let's just say sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the powder stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachet smells like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images of your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like a station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright, polygonal shapes like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's not long It is long after you finish drinking that they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. So these are my dice for the day. I think one is my condition, the bar up here. Condition represents your current state of the artificial body. Depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by your violence. By violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you'll suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition from your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. These two is the action dice. At the start of each cycle, you'll roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions at the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the less dice you have. Once you have used all your dice, you can't do anything else, and you have to go to sleep. 3 is energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food and currency to buy it. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving, and your condition will deplete at a double rate per cycle. How do you increase your... So tomorrow's gonna suck. Drago stood at the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset. In the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly rising. How are you feeling? Not good. The drone chirps. Dragos nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. You know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So I'm not gonna chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Sure. Alright then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Gotcha. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need your help. Sure, I'm happy to. Okay. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Sure. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Guess we gotta get to work. And I don't believe there's a way to save. I think that's just autosave for the whole game. So there isn't anything else unless I want to go over there, but I think probably just let's stick with. I kind of like this cute little like over-city look. You can see like cars. Can't really see many. Oh, there they are. I'm just really high up. Looks like there's more on the eye. I just can't get there yet. Hey, actions. Actions are the primary way you not primordial. It's how you interact with the world. Click an action, choose an action dice, and assign it to a slot. Positive means you have 100%. So it's number based. So like your dice numbers affect it, but also the amount of yellow in them does. So if it's like half yellow, it's not as positive a chance. But the higher your dice, I getcha. Okay. Repeatable action. Type either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be done once. Okay. Risk. Either safe, risky, or danger. So this is where it tells you the risk. Negative means cryo or energy loss. Safe means no loss of condition energy or cryo. Negative means condition loss, cryo, or energy loss. Skill. Oh, it tells you what, like this is engineering, this is endurance. Modifier. There's modifiers. Oh, okay, cool. That's pretty straightforward, I would say. Okay, so Dragos is tied up in something. Ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, things could get nasty. Every salvager knows they're always the one lucky haul away from their next payday. I've got a 6. It's risky. Manually salvaging is endurance, but engineering I have. I'm gonna use one of these. I've got 100%. And I've got +1 to engineering. I think it'll be fine. Hold dissection. Even the rustiest hull can provide valuable scrap materials. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Drago's debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can be completed without player input. Any active cycle locks can be displayed on the icon for that location. Okay, this is repeatable actions, both of them. So is there anything else I can do for now? Oh, okay. Drives and navigation. Okay, so there's these drives, like access drives via the menu. You can track drives. Drives are like quests. Try to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself. Try tracking a drive, look for food, build clocks. Remember end cycle to go to sleep. What is this? A shipyard? Okay, so I can be a yard hand. Okay, so I could do this, which is endurance. Should I try doing a... No, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me see my options first. There's another lock here. Okay, Hellion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. For the Rotunda, old dock terminal. I can steal dock plans, which seems like a bad idea with a -1. Dock watcher. Okay, explore the Rotunda. I can like explore. This one's kind of flashing. Salvage sortie. Take several cycles to reach the Starward Belt and return, loaded with scrap from old wrecks. Okay. Bright market. Ask for directions. People don't... I'm not good at that, and it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Or explore the market. Not very intuitive, so this is going to be difficult. I think maybe I should just, for now, try to help out Drago. I know I've got a +1 here. I'm going to do... That's good. I've got some more cryo. So maybe now... I can try and ask for directions. This will be... At least it's 100%. Smells, the sounds, the buzzing activity of the bright market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. Music's cool. I like the music. Okay, so I mostly figured it out, but I only have 1 dice left. Oh, a doctor. And a... Oh, street food vendor. Emphas is busy. His broad face lit up... Okay, wait, who's this? Emphas. An imposing street food vendor. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables and some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. He watches he fulfill... So can I eat? I'm a robot, but can I eat? He watches he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in a plastic tray. A stack of chits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over the payment. I'm gonna watch him for a minute. Despite his cue, Emphas doesn't rush. He dresses each portion individually, squeezing precise slugs of liquid from an assortment of bottles into bowls of torn leaves and bright slices before tossing them loosely together. Occasionally, a waiting customer might mutter something about efficiency, but Emphas remains steady in his process. After a while, the queue fades back into a crowd, and Emphas sets down his metal bowl. He looks up across the burner to see you, watching him. I can feel your eyes burning a hole into me. Free sample? Sure. He gestures neatly. Come over. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. Can I cry in a robot body? I guess robots do cry, and short-circuit themselves. Get all rusty. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire. Your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers. Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. Sorry, that confused me. A hard life of a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. Beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the Eye. He nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility, and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and the dark in the container, and the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had, but you can never forget. You tell him that the Eye excites you and scares you, and that you're unsure where to walk, where to look, and what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. Places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more. He smiles, but next time you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button in the burner side and shuts it off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric pattern of circular scars across his forearm. Each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. That's cute. Oh, wow, I'm all filled. I've got a new... Get to know Emphas. That's cute. I like that. I'm going to do survive for now, though. And find a doctor, which I feel like I'm about to. Decaying habitation block. Hat block. Next. Comes the call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now you're here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hat block, they have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizers, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle towards the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. You lean in and see amber lights filtering through a doorway, screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move. The slaps of the enforcer's palm against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. Now, screw you, buddy. I don't want to wait for my life to be over. Okay, that's enough of that. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one to Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting of the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are transfixed by the motion. Come, sit. Who are you? Sabine, the doctor of the bright market. Come sit, comes the sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turn away, replacing the plastic sheet over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. What are you dressed like? You're wearing like a big poncho. Cool haircut, though. The figure turns, and as they do, you see the expression of a confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, and then to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped with and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you enter. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask, the scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. S&ARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose, to prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which S&ARP remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good. That may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean the cold touch or the metal or something else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and S&ARP has no reason to release stabilizers into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is used to you. They turn away, disassembling a metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works. And then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes. You hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside. You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They're influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers and tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source a stabilizer, maybe you have a better chance. Sabine sits down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Why are you helping me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panel of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. I guess they couldn't help me. That sucks. It's gonna take 3 cycles for them to get to... Oh, man, that's gonna suck. Oh, man. And I only have like 3 dice tomorrow. That's not great. At least I'm fed. I still have. Yeah, that's bad, but this might be fine. It's risky though. 25% positive, 50% neutral, 25% negative. Should I explore the rotunda? The rotunda of the old dock is filled with passageways and concourses leading to all kinds of docking bays. I don't know. Could just do this. I know I'd get a 4. Might be better off just to use it on something that I know I'm going to make money off of. I can only... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do it. I'd rather. Oh, I got scrap components. Back in business. 2 more and it's done. I feel like hopefully that's enough. Once I finish that. That's everything I can do for now. Let's end the cycle, I guess. Really gives me like Disco Elysium vibes, to be honest. Like really, really reminiscent of Disco Elysium. Oh, just a second. I just wanted to make sure I was actually playing the game on Twitch. We also put the volume down just a little bit more. I feel like it's pretty loud just in general, so... And there's no voices, so it's not like it's a big deal. You just miss out on a little bit of the amazing music so far. The cool synthy music that I like. I love synthy music in video games for like this kind of stuff. Oh, it's already affecting me. Only 3 dice today. This time you don't wake up. Instead of the ghost station, that shifting skeletal ring surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across the colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. You feel like sleeping sucks as a robot. These threads become vectors of exchange, and then the extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Touch it! You find a point in the station and you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths under and around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly you feel yourself being carried with it, splitting and separating, eddying and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, and things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, and touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you, insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it's pulling you in 2 directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and feel it waiting there. The station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connected nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. Okay. I could do this today, but let me finish this, I guess. Is there anything else that has, like... Oh, I see. So this is a cycle I'm waiting to end. Okay, from now, let's see... Let's do repay Dragos. And dock 2. People aren't going to be there yet. In 2 more cycles, this will be done. This needs 60 credits, and I've already got 45, but I can't waste all my credits. Oh my gosh, sorry, I just bumped you. Bumped my microphone. Yeah, I knew it was 60 because I remember looking at this when I tested the game out, and it said 60 credits. I remember a little bit. Sometimes my brain works, but, only sometimes. Let's do... It's risky, but... No, hold on. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. What about 4? That's better. Why don't I do that? Okay, I need to do more as a yard hand. Just neutral outcome. It's kind of boring. I probably should have used that here. It's fine. I don't mind doing 1 negative, possibly. Come on. Yeah. 1 more. Dang it. Okay, well, I've got time. Is there something I can do? Okay, I could try to explore. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's do it. I want to explore the rotunda. Okay, I've got the Dick Watcher. Well, is there anything here that I can look at? There's a bar and Ankita, stranded mercenary. Let's talk to them. Does it say now or AOW or something else maybe? Mauve. That says mauve. But maybe that also says mauve. What's the mava with you? Ankita is a stranded mercenary. Hey, you want to earn a chit? Want to earn some shit? Ankita stands besides... Yeah, it's Ankita. Okay, I was worried I was saying her name wrong for a second. Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied-together hull plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight. I can't even do anything today with you, Ankita, though. Sorry, I already used everything up. Maybe I shouldn't have done that other thing. The dock hand or whatever. She stretches her back and shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. She's drunk. Naked, too. Ankita laughs. This goddamn station, she sighs, pinching the bridge of her nose. All right, come here then. Across the docking concourse, as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is it with this place? She asks. She angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks down. It looks at you up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? We all need to survive. Ankita softens. I get it. I do. She shakes her head. But if I could just go 1 cycle without some jumped up grifter trying to take me for an idiot, then that would be nice. Ankita hoists 1 bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. Ankita gives you a look. Ship's this way. She sets off down a gantry at an impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Don't know what that means. What's all this for? Oh, this? She nods at the plating on her back. I'm building a treehouse. She gives you another of her looks. It's for Ambergris, that cutter that you might have seen sitting silently out there. She rapidly turns another corner. As you trail behind, she got cut up pretty bad on her last job, and I had to moor her up here for a spell. But since then, it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mind, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panel on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short 1 ship mind with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind of me. Or got wind that I'd been stranded, so yeah, it's been a time. Anything I can do to help? I don't know. Got a ship mind tucked away in that frame of yours? For a moment, you aren't sure if she's serious. Ankita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me. She hauls the 2nd bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the Ambergris outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. Ankita throws you a couple chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. All right, get out of here, she calls back, and the lock slams shut. Okay, cool. So, if I want to work for her, I just have to go here. Oh, no, I literally can't. I'm no good at interfacing. Oh, but I'm good at this. Oh, I could actually really help her with that. I've got +1. It's risky, but still. Is there something going on here? It's like blooping. What data do I have? I have no data, but I do have scrap components. There's a bar. I can get a drink with 6 cryo, or I can buy rations. I feel like that's more expensive. I could be an Overlook regular, though. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drink fermented along with a greenway seems like a good test. Should I? I don't know. I don't know. I'll come back tomorrow. I feel like I don't need it now. Okay, I can order fungus for 15. Oh, but this is a free action. It's more expensive, right? But it's also a fungus fan. Enfys doesn't trust people easily, but he notices regular customers in his own quiet way. Enfys's spiced fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. I'm gonna frickin' do it. I wanna be friends. Plus energy, plus fungus fan, minus 15 cryo. Let's try and go here whenever we can. Whenever we can afford it. Guess that's the end of our day today. Tomorrow we pay off the debts. Dragos will be thrilled. And let's hope that I didn't waste my time. Oh, back to dreaming. I'm fading. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparks with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leaping off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops, that it seems like almost impossible to parse, but you try it. Focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchanges. But before you can glimpse inside, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then, that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again to see 2 lines, 2 threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into an inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and a ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something. A sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Your eyes open. Time is short. Did that say you eyes open? I think maybe I misread that. Oh, this is a terrible roll. Someone's tracking me. Uh-oh, they're following my trail, and it won't be long before they arrive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cycles. The cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, the network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. What does that mean? At Haven Agent? E-node. Weird. What does this mean? Haven Gate. What happens if I click it? Slot Haven Age Cipher. I need data and things like that. Well, I should have read that actually. Hold on. This gate keeps traffic out of Haven Age Shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher can grant you access. Okay. Haven Agent. Haven Agent member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Data actions allow you to extract data from the network of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to one displayed on the right. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in that interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. I don't have any interface, but I do have a 2. But I want to look at stuff first. I do I have a 2 again? Data here is part of a cache tucked away during the collapse. Who hid this and for what purpose? I don't really understand what this is for, though. Even agent member is broadcasting an open network. It's just like extra things, the information you can get. A lone connection feeds into this isolated node. Its last access timestamp is 1,000 cycles ago. It's an old one. Slheim cipher gates conceals network of systems which have been untouched since Solstheim collapse. This node is orbited by the remains of a corporate countermeasure broken long ago by hackers. I need a 3. I have 2 3s, but I don't want to use everything I have just for that. This node pulses faintly as it mines cryo at the glacial pace, abandoned by a hacker that repurposed it. Yadigan agent. Some enforcers and plants are chirping on a comm signal. It's time to see what they're talking about. I don't have a 1. Dang it. Back we go. Okay, 1 more day and then I can be able to contact Sabine. Dragos' yard. Okay. 1 more and I think we're good. So I'll use a 3 for a 4. More likely this way. Please don't fail. Yeah, there we go. Does that mean we're good? Oh, here we go. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across the vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, fussing on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? Glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credit? We may have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. He pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry, we'll make it back once we chop this beauty up. You sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. Drones start to crawl over the hull. The lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the S&R freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps, if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we are up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winterlight. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few, and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. We take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out the yard, feeling suddenly cold from the empty passage. I got an upgrade point. I cleared the first debt and returned the favor for my first friend on my eye. Cool. You've completed your first drive. Each drive you complete unlocks upgrade points to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu through the button at the top of the screen. That's excellent. But what do I spend it on? I feel like interfacing is important, but I don't know. I don't know. So I can get an extra... Ooh. Oh. That seems amazing, actually. Like, maybe I should use self-repair. Oh, it's 2 upgrade points I can. Okay. I should probably do something else. Sunbathe. Dice action allows energy to recover at home. Displays potential positive and negative outcomes. I don't really know if I want intuition, though. Let's wait and look at some of these things. Okay, he's definitely engineering and into it. Winterlight. A wrecked cutter Dragos has brought in to salvage his history to discover if you're curious. Yard clearance, but I don't actually have to. Oh, if I spend too much time there, he might not be very happy with me being around. Oh, that's sad. Endurance. This one's interfacing. Shape. The Amber just doesn't look good, but time and attention should see it return to functional state. The Amber just in a delicate condition. It'd be all too easy to push it over into a cascading collapse. Oh gosh. So, like, there's a chance to completely break this by accident? Oh, shoot. Chance here. Okay, hold on. Still can't do anything here. Still don't have enough money. Don't know if there's any point to doing this, but, what is this? Tuition or engage? Okay, so there's a chance to attract unwanted attention as well. And in the bright market, I could do one more into it. Let's wait till tomorrow, maybe. Okay, so I could do... It's a lot to think about here. What would I want to use it for? I don't have the Yadigan agents. 1 dice. I've got nodes. They're interface skills. Maybe I should do interface then. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I'm gonna do it. Maybe it's not a +1, but instant gain cryo and interface actions, probably a good idea. Can't even do it until then. Yeah, I feel like maybe we should give it a try though. Just don't break. Oh, god damn it. Minus energy? Now I need to eat. That's annoying. Oh. I'm gonna eat anywhere. I'm gonna eat at this place. I am a fungus fan. I'm gonna do this for now. Okay, and I've got a 2, so maybe let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's extract some data. One encrypted key. String of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. This is what that wants, though, right? Well, I guess this is it for now, then. They kind of bungled that. Sad. Note to self, don't go and get fungus every day, because you will... Oh my god, really? Oh, what a frickin' roll. Oh, man. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Turn. What is this? Beng? Oh, it says here. It's just trying to read it here. It's kind of difficult. A Haven Age systems engineer. Beng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. Puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. Can be hard to get a start in the eye. He looks way down the passage. What was it old Erland said? The eye opens for us all? Nice idea, but, well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlin? You pass together into the main walkway. No one has told you about Erlin? He's the founder of this place, that's why it bears his name. Haven Age should organize some seminars, he laughs. It's not really my department, though. I'm with systems. Haven Age? I think of us as an administrative association for the Eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andre Erlin's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little about you, Sleeper. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around, but, well, this is not the place for it. I have an officer just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, and when you're settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, Sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. I need to go to Sabine. First thing you see on entering the glint of Toshiro's implants, like a cat's eye in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The intro is still dark when you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They picked up one, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how Yadigan. I almost said Radagon. Playing too much Elden Ring in the past, month, I guess. They trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant, a transplant operation. Oh my. The stabilizer works under the similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it recodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains, which act like passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Passcodes? In very basic terms, yes, they sigh. What matters here is that the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away, at least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. I don't have a choice. I think you are right. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. Oh? I'm drugged! I've been drugged! The sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzling, the trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in a shard of sparkling light that slowly fades into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in the darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you and backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yadigan acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you're going to have to do with that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I'm sorry, I have other patients. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Sabine. Nothing comes free, Sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hall. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. All the world's spinning. Oh my god. 100? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gonna be like a when I have no other choice kind of situation, huh? Oh my. Okay. What do I do now? Got a 6. I should use that 6 here, for sure, because I screwed up so bad yesterday. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, Amber Hull repairs. Ship shape. Gotcha. Buy a vial of stabilizer. I don't need it yet. I don't have the intuit for it, and I've got 1s today. I'm gonna fix the ambergris. Ambergris. Agree. Just like that game. Agree. Wow, let's look at how lovely this will go. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. I guess that's slightly better. Okay, there is a... Hold on. It's gone now. It was here. It's like a 1-8. Definitely not anymore. I guess... Oh, here we go. This is a 1 gate. Let's bypass. I've got these ones that are kind of useless otherwise, so might as well use them. Uh-oh. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread, strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. The cloud. The dated ghost of the eye. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Please hold. Oh. Creepy. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? The shape paces around on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identified. Origin. Serial. Cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper. S and ARP. Unknown. Known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature. Of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking vines like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach thee with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I am a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste, the one of the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike! You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing. A spike of interference leaping out like a tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up! Your eyes open, blinking back to the station light, shaking with fear. I have to be careful of the Hunter. Shoot. God, I guess I can't do that too much then. Just had to answer a text message real quick. It's an interesting game. Not really certain I know where this is going, but apparently there's somebody puppeting me. I don't like that. Still not strong enough. At least I get 6 dice tomorrow. This is the good thing of all of this, at least. At least. Let's do this. I'm afraid to have the Hunter on me again, so let's see what happens. Oh, I lost energy? Damn it. Well, let's see what happens. I want to see what happens from this. Holy much, but... Oh, it did give me an energy. It's cool. Okay, that's what I needed. I wanted, like, 1 energy, just to kind of, like, draw out everything a little more. I guess. Let's go home. The sleep and the cycle. We're being hunted still, but... Oh, wait. Maybe the hunter can't see me until he's on the station. Because it says he's off station still, right? Ooh. Oh, yes! Ah ha ha! That's a good roll. I like that roll. Ooh, Fang. Okay, Fang, what do you have to say? Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Haven Age building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come this way. Security and all that. Gives you a look. You know. He slams the button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. Hold on. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses and closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates, and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that bends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans on the server stack and gestures around. You like it? It's incredible. He smiles widely. Thought you'd say that. He taps a nearby server stack with bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, A1. I don't know, one. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm gonna call it, one. The one Solheim built. We had to invent some components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they're seeing a concrete reality, but this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks, and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it as something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines. They hum all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their system. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, and to realign, to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols that are lost to time and decay, secrets, shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Haven Age, there's old growth, those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say, Sleeper? Sure. You know, I got nothing else to lose. I feel like he's gonna betray me, but sure, I got nothing to lose. Fang pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Fang passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into any old network gate and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the node inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's up there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisition budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Cool. I just got a new drive. Disable my tracker. Help Fang chase his lead. Actually, this seems like would help a lot, honestly. Help Fang chase his lead. Fang's bay. Hey, Fang's my bay. Okay, I have... Wait, so you just, like... Oh, no, that's Solheim data. I thought it was a Solheim tracker. What are these for, the encrypted keys? Stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. Okay, well, I've got 2 of them. That's good, right? This one I got. This one I didn't get. Don't have a 2. Ooh, I do have a 1. Let's look at everything else first. 2. Cipher. Okay, this one's like a Earth. 3. No 3s. Ooh, this is that agent. This is the one I actually wanted to use, to be honest. Wait, what? Oh, I have to put it here, don't I? Yeah, there we go. I don't care, they'll track me down anyway. I got a Yatakan data. Some gang enforcers' implants are chirping out of comm signals. I can do it multiple times. Oh no, I can't. I just... Oh god. Oh god. I don't know if that was a good thing. Let's go for Haven Gate 4. Use the cipher. Oh wait, no, it's a Haven Gate cipher. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm gonna learn some bad stuff accidentally. This is the Solheim cipher. Here we go. Oh, I got Gates S7 access. That's cool. I don't know what that means, but cool. Oh, this is here. The Hellion Salvagers. They're offloading scrap. Scrap allowance. Buy some scrap, unload containers. 20 cryo. Most of what comes from the Steward Belt is corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found among the salvage. Huh. So you'd want to, like, save up your money, I guess, to buy scrap. Big stuff goes to the shipyard, the valuable stuff to the market. They'll let you buy a few crates, but not much more, so you can only buy 3 at a time. The freighter will stay docked for as many cycles as it takes to offload. Okay, so in 3 cycles it's gonna leave, so there's gonna be, like, occasional returning and leaving things. This is, like, perfect, though. What happens if I do this? Yeah, that's fine. Let's do this. Chip shape ++. Excellent. It was a positive one. I can go to the bar. Be more regular. Oh, I need to eat. I'm not regular. I'm getting close, though. I think I should do this. I want him to like me. I need friends. I only have to go one more time, then I'm good. Oh, what? It doesn't fill it? Interesting. Interesting. I do have 26. That does leave me to fill that up. So it only fills 3. Cool. So tomorrow it'll be 2. Well, actually, I got one more time, and then I'm friends with the bar. Yes. Wait, what? What's happening in Drago's yard? Oh. Oh, shoot. I only have 10 days left before I'm not allowed to come back to Drago's yard, I think. Yard clearance. History or no, the ship is salvage, as Drago always says. Break it down, move on. What about this? Is it a waste, though? I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I do this. Yeah, I think that's good. I want to do yard hand stuff, because I feel like there's stuff that I will get out of this eventually. 5 cryo. Nice. Don't need some more of that yet. I am low on money. This could be fine. But I don't think I want to waste that there yet. And do I buy more scrap? Or just go to Drago's yard? No, what if I do... Yeah. 100% safe. I got some scrap, though. Or a scrap item. A ship mine fragment. Ooh. Let's, hold on. Make sure. nothing else I want to do right now. Not that I think there is much else, unless I want to try... There's no time limit for this, right? But I could do that. I feel like I'd rather do that. Yeah, let's do this. And only 2 more, so I get a good roll tomorrow and I'm finished. I've helped them. And I get a new upgrade point, which would be awesome. I don't have any data yet. Need Solheim data. Nothing I can give to them, right? Oh, it's 100 cryo. I gotta start saving up. Eventually I'm gonna need it. Wait, upgrades available? No, there isn't. You lied to me. I don't have any upgrade points. Alright. End the cycle, I guess. Ooh, okay. I don't know how I feel about this. 3. How many more? 5 more days? Yikes. I don't know, maybe this was a mistake yesterday. Whatever. It's fine. Do a +5 this way. I'm just gonna continually smack the microphone, I'm so sorry. Let's finish this off. Yay! Got the positive. Excellent, now she's done. Ankita will be happy. Ankita's crouched on the computer core of the Ember, just swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up. These shit completely ruined the core's connections when they cut it. She holds up the thick fistful of ragged wires. The ship line they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these. She throws a bundle of wires across the room. Amateurs. Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire ship mine, not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter. She sighs. Fragments maybe, sections of a mine, but a complete ship mine? No way. Ankita climbs out of the cooling well where the ship mine should be. The space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stood beneath the low curved ceiling. Come on, nothing to be done here now. She leads you back through the guts of the Amber. Though you could find the way back yourself, the repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout. Man, I cannot speak. I just don't know how. Nobody taught me. I had to teach myself. All diagnostic angles and bundled tubes. What do we do now? Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridor, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hull patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters into the floor and sits. There's no way around it. She starts out of nowhere. We need a new shipment, a ship mind. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check the Ort exchange or speak to some scrap dealers. She rubs her forehead. Seems I'm about to do something very stupid, but hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it? She fixes you with a hard stare. Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends. You're it. She looks uncomfortable. I appreciate the time you've put into the Amber. I'm sure she would do it too if she could. What I'm saying is if you screw me on this, I will kill you. She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare count them. Get me that ship line, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't. She sighs. Look, just get out of here before I change my mind. You slip out the galley and head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita a ship mind. Somehow. Where am I supposed to find her a ship mind? This is just like insert ship mind core. So I've got fragments of a ship mind, but I don't actually have a ship mind, unfortunately. Okay, there's more artifacts, but I do have A too, but also being hunted. Okay. I don't have any 1s, and I don't have interface +1 yet. That's a 2. So the idea is that there may maybe something in here that I'm free. Even agent to. This is probably that guy again. Yeah, the Adigan agent. I already have one data from you, and I don't know what to do with it yet. Okay, well, open my eyes. Open your eyes, sleeper. Stop sleeping. So I could, like, try to buy... I don't know. Why don't I first... I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use the 6 for intuition to increase. Got a scrap item, so more scrap. Cool. And I could... That's a 25% negative. Let's come back in a minute. It's definitely something else I could use this on. The wet dock is still not made its crossing. But you know what? I'm gonna put 20 credits in. Plus 1 scrap allowance. Okay. Freighter crew are eager to get their payload onto the ore exchange, and they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help. I don't know if I want to do that. You've got like a reasonable amount of credits right now. I still have some time before his nerve runs out. I feel like this is the best use for these. Shoot. Well, yard clearance. That was a failure, I think. Let's try again. Yes, that's +1. And definitely not worth it to try again with a 2. Yeah, no, not at all. Not a point. No point. It makes it a 3, but is it really worth it when I could use one of these? Okay, it looks like it goes down every day. Okay, I can do that. Okay, let's do this one. Don't know what the point it's gonna do, but, you know, let's just freaking go for it, man. Oh, I did get some Solheim data. That's what I needed. Nice. Nice. Data. Data. Amy. 15 cryo? That's it? Okay, I need more. But that's all I can do for today, so, yeah, go to bed. Go to bed, go to bed, go to bed, bed. 5 days. Well, 4 days, I guess, because I'm going to sleep, so... 4 days. Oh, hungry. Oh, hungry. Oh, tendery. Okay, let's... First thing, I got credits. Burning a hole in my pocket. So I'm, like, shaking, vibrating in place. Oh, wait, did I forget? Okay, because the ambergris isn't fixed yet. I didn't get it, but getting to know Emphas, now that's something I could do. Sleeper, calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. Throws his handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you. Cycle in, cycle out. We never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle onto the wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spice is rich in your nostrils, and you think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps you would enjoy a strange story. Something with spice. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Emphas, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But in your dreams, those gray, skeletal after-images of systems and structures, the threads, the patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality, distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink, and now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there's a reason for your dreams. Perhaps the reason for it is that some side effect or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is, it's a gift, and you hope you make use of it. Emphas finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you've been in your story. Emphas passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks, a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around for at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think. A couple of cycles ago, they said that across the gap in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No? Neither had I, but I trust one who told me. Emphas begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good. Emphas booms. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Emphas sides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe, then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back to the main market. A rich taste of Emphas's food still lingers in your mouth. Stories for food. You think, a trade, that seems more fair. The free food for... Oh wait, no. Oh, so if I collect those, then I don't have to pay. And he makes the best food in town. I get it now. I can't do that, but I can do this. And that's pretty reasonable. I mean, likely. Damn it. Oh, I was hoping for a positive. Dang it. Let's do... Oh, I'm still being hunted. That's not good. Need a Solheim node with a 1. That's good. This is a 1. Bypass. Gimme. I don't have another 1. And it's now going to be 3. There's only 3 left. I gotta really pick when I'm using them. Did I get Solheim data? I did. Excellent. He's gonna pay me like pennies for the frickin' espionage. 15 cryo. What a guy. What a guy. Can you believe it? 15 cryo. It's getting warm in my apartment as the day goes on. We are hitting summertime. I would say finally, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about it. Let's do this. It's risky, but I still need to do this. Oh, nice. Oh, and I got 5 cryo. Wow, worth it. Totally worth it. Jesus. Okay, well, I have 2 more of these. I don't know why I tried to put it on the wheel, but... Come on, no negative. Ah! Dang it. I've got 1 more. Is there anything else I can spend it on? You have cryo. I could buy more scrap. This is the last chance I'm gonna get to buy scrap, so... No, I didn't want it? There we go. Give me some scrap. I hope I get a ship mind fragment. Oh, I did! How many of these do I need? Okay, that's good. Do you have enough money? I think I should do it. Like, I only get 3, and this is my chance, basically. Yeah! Hold on. Okay, but how do I fix the ship line? Is there a way to fix the ship mind? I don't need that yet. I'll do it tomorrow. Got a 4. My only hope now being if I can get a positive, 25%, mean, at least in neutral. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Because I could always... It's a 4. It's a 2. Well... I can wait till tomorrow. This is something that could actually benefit me. If I can get them to leave me alone, I don't have to worry about the hunter anymore. Don't want to deal with the hunter anymore. I mean, I haven't actually even found the hunter yet, but I don't want to have to ever deal with the hunter if I can help it. Just, like, leave me alone, hunter. As you enter the bay, Feng is nowhere to be seen. Banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in a staccato rhythm, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads. Feng's voice echoes from behind a stack, following the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Stay silent. Sleeper? That you, or am I in trouble? Feng's grinning head pops up from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick up your way between... Oh, man. I smack my mic every day. You pick up your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables and blankets of that blanket the dark floor. Feng is sat in front of a set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information. Names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markets of institutional records. Shitheads? He laughs. Maybe not all of them, but, what kind of shitheads? Solheim? Bingo, he taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in, all employees of the Eye's original owners, and... He leans past you and scrolls down the list. This one. This snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with his finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Who's Hardin? That, says Feng, giving you a sideways look, is the thing. He drags a stool up behind him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Haven Age. He waits for your reaction. Are you sure? Well, that's where you might be able to help me. Feng leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on this station as a... Feng leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Feng raises his eyebrow at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work what they did went straight back into Solheim. How did you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Feng turns back to his screen, staring hard at the string of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, they breathed Solheim air, and they slept in Solheim beds. Feng's voice rises as he speaks. His hands fist on the terminal edges. His hands fists on the terminal edges. The work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak. My parents were just another infant in a long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his fingers, strategized that all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, it's still going on, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot of money that can get. There's a lot money can get you if you are a company man. Feng relaxes a little. But how is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back to around the eye from here. Feng brings up a map of the lower eye. Haven Age might be born of Erland's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Hardin's happens to float it to the top. Feng zooms in on the far yards. Feng grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from their system digging around their stuff. Plus, we need more than just a name of Solheim executives. We need proof. Feng holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. It's called a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin it a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set in the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts his hand on your shoulder, but however, you have a particular knack for remote access. Just a second now. Just a second now. Just got a message to send real quick. Fang grins. If you can extract yourself a Haven Age cipher from Haven Age agents, then they sometimes carry them amongst their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. What do you say? You up for it? Sure. I knew it. I knew you'd be happy to catch this snake. And don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. I haven't forgotten. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, I'll send it back. Here. There's something wrong with here, and I aim to get this get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through data, among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate system, looking for a new life. The hope for a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you're intimately familiar with. You think of Harden, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly the past. Wow. Okay, I will be back in just a moment. I just want to grab something real quick. It's garlic roasting time after all. I'll be right back. roasting garlic took a little bit longer than I thought it would. And then I had to go to the bathroom, and so yeah, that was a bit of a break there, but yeah, let's mosey on. I don't want to waste any time. 0 seconds since last autosave. It's been saving this whole time, the last 15 minutes. Nobody can stop it. Okay, question now. Where do we go? It's 4 days until hunting. It's 2 more until the hunter is awake. Can I wait like a few days and like, will that... Okay, but like, I'm already more than halfway through the shipyard. Can't I just like, stay in the shipyard? Oh, am I gonna lose? Shoot, I'm gonna lose a thing tomorrow. How do I even... Okay, well, I don't know. I gotta get to know Emphas. I gotta bring Emphas Grill caps. So maybe I should try and do that soon, while I still have money, before I run out of money, and before I need more dice. Yeah, this sounds easy. Yeah, why not? Great, it's gonna be perfect. Go to sleep. Alright, yep, 4 dice. But these are pretty good. I'm not upset about that. Hey, it hasn't gone down. I need a Haven Gate cipher, meaning I need to do Haven Gate agents. And I don't have a 2, so not today. Unless there's something I can do. Nope, no 2s. This one doesn't even... Oh, yeah, there we go. I imagine that'll be next. Enough of that. I've got only this, so I could spend... Yeah, let's wait though, just in case. She can't help me. They're going to be back in 4 days. And Dock C4, the Rotunda Wet Dock, is still just waiting 1 more day, and then eventually... Merchants. So should I be saving my money then? Shoot. Damn. I need 2 more. This is a 6, which is going to be an absolute success, so let's just get it over with. Cool. In the scrapyard. Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on your winter light across the desk. Pardon me. 1 sec. Just had to clear my throat. Your makeshift forensic notes glow on Drago's old writing slate, overlapping lines with scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans fill the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of damage and decay. A crumbled printout from the office ship's registry lies beside them. Synthetic paper so thin it's almost transparent. Let's look at the monitor. Reactor failure. This is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat mats of remains of the winter light. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in sections, blotches of color marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose, radiating from the ship's fraction drive. A simple story, a catastrophic failure of the drive core, leading to a full hull breach, a well-documented failure, likely brought on by wear or misuse. But you aren't looking at the rose of the reactor. You're looking at a smaller, paler mark, one that might be easy to miss at first glance. It is thumbprint sized and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled shaped explosion. One designed to punch a hole through the hull and allow access to the airlock from outside. You're looking at it because it's troubling you. It's like a hit job? Uh-oh, am I gonna find out my friends are involved in hit jobs? That's not good. Your attempts at reconstruction of the Winterlight before its final accident consists of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It was a heavily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations and new retrofitted into the hold, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project kept running with care and intuition. It also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first, where the hull had been thickened, the corners rounded to disguise the change, but here they are. A plain list shows the registration history of the Winterlight, the gaps between the entries tantalizingly opaque. Its first registration was a couple of thousand cycles ago on this very station, logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on station for more than a few cycles, and often took voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. Whoa. The Winterlight got little rest, constantly running. An old ship many cycles under its belt, carefully maintained, a reactor failure, preceded by a carefully concealed external entry. A suite of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the Winterlight, and this was its story. It was a smuggling ship. That's not the full story, because there's something else. It's a little more than a list of tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the Winterlight had separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments, armored, air-walled. What is this ship? This list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of it Some of it you recognize, some of it you don't. Ship lines, ROMs, shimmer, cryo-chain codes, and then the final entry. Passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here. And you're in the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. Had the sleeper been smarter, luckier? How had they convinced the Winterlight, a smuggler's ship, if you ever saw one, to extract them from the SNARP? I don't know. Luckier, you laugh. There had been no remains found in any of the Winterlight's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. You were luckier, I guess. Or I was luckier, I guess. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. This was all you find in the compartment. A parting gift from SNARP. It won't go to waste. Now you put it back in your pocket. Though the thought still bothers you, though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard. 2. One after the other. That feels wrong. You flick back and forth between data sets on the terminal, thinking, and you see that thumbprint again, the mark of someone trying to get in, someone who entered the Winterlight with precision and speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clean up the rest. The thought of that person makes you shiver. Suddenly, the office door creaks open. Drago stands in the doorway. Uh-oh. Staring at the equipment and the notes you've assembled. What is all this? He snatches the slate from the desk, faster than you realized he could move. You running an investigation here? What am I paying you for? The drone on his shoulder starts to whine shrilly, his anger passing to it through his implants. Where is this ship from? Leave this alone. He starts shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttered to himself. This is the last thing I need. Who's bringing you these ships? Drago freezes, suddenly angry. Why are you asking? You looking to get us both killed? We cut these things up, that's our part. Their part is something I don't want to know. Drago seems to steady himself and then turns back to you, the heat map of the reactor failure reflected in his headset's glassy eyes. I've given you a place to stay, I've given you work, He stumbles over his words, just like me, unsure of what to say. There's plenty others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me, no. Stay silent. He quiets the drone. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens it up and clears his throat. But this obsession you have with this ship isn't going to work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you're after. He sighs. You can't work here anymore. Fine. Dragos reaches across you and flicks off the terminal as the light of the motor dies and the eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it's done. You made it out, Sleeper. This means you have no move. You have to move on. Someone killed that ship and its crew. And you want to meet him? He shakes his head. We're done here. In the dark, Drago's headset glints and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk and Dragos gathers the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you, his headset as expressionless as always. You can always stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone was final and definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office and then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. Frickin' knew it. I knew he was gonna turn on us. You leave the yard, thumbing the vial in your pocket, knowing that this, at least, guarantees you a little more time. And as you walk, your mood once again drifts to that person. Your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winter Light, and whether or not that person will come for you. Found a gift from someone like you, hidden away. So I could, like, use the point or keep it. Or I could fix my +0 engage. Or I could +1 my interface, which would be awesome. This is tough. I'm gonna +1 my interface. I need to do more quests. I need a ship mind. Or I need to go get some Grial caps. Oh, well, likely... I really don't need to do that, do I? Can't give you a ship mind because I don't have a... Or... yet. It's not... Ripperworm. Oh. Should I do that now, then? I don't know if that's smart. I don't know. I'm very close to finishing up the shipyard on my own, to be honest. Oh, I can't forget there's, like, other stuff in here that I haven't finished. Let me think about it. I've also got this one here, the Bright Market, which is also intuition, and also just, like, one away. I could try it. I mean, let's do this one first. Yeah, I'll do a 3, because I want to use the 5 for the shipyard. Come on. Hey! Haha. A neutral outcome is perfectly fine. Disable your tracker, still doing it. Build a ship mine. Gain access to Ort Fabricator. What the heck's an Ort Fabricator? Or Ort Exchange. There you go. Oh, ooh, I see. The flow of chits and components in exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you good margin. Sell components. Ort Exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up, breaking down, and sell off, but you are happy to supply it. How much per? Oh, I don't... I'm willing to sell one. $12 cryo for 1 scrap. It's not too bad. I could play the exchange, but I don't have any into it. Let's leave this for another time. I don't think it's worth it right now. Tomorrow, they'll be here, and I can buy stuff. I will, however, buy a drink today. Let's give it a try. Wow, it worked. Cool. I got the Dick Watcher. Okay, unlock maglock. Or, Okay, well, I've got 2 keys, right? 1, 2. Is this gonna backfire if I'm doing this right away? I hadn't finished doing that, and now I'm... Okay. Neovend, mysterious machine. Let me come back to this in a second. I want to do the engineer thing that I was pointing out today. One more day. I got 5 cryo from that. Cool. Okay, now I'll go to Neovend. Neovend. Oh, this is cute. I like this. I'm gonna take a picture of this one. Okay. Maybe put it in a thumbnail or something, you know. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickers with a warm glow. Or decaying vending machine. Approach the machine. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into an alcove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet, it's covered in faded logos and messages from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor. Intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on the rented ships. Enter your registration, chirps a pre-recorded message, catching you off guard. Yeah. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, and then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovend. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath, before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again. You see it as the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screeching rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Who? The Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. A sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes, and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you a target. Adaptable? Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software. The event whines, but you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder at the machine's casing as they rest. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The lights flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station. Ghostly, threaded. The cloud points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovend. Masters are gone, but continues to hunt. Bring this data. Raid its nest. Masters? Station builders, Solheim. The machine rumbles impatiently. Long gone, their protocols still haunt. Bring offerings, save self, Neovend says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades, and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. You drive. Extract the past. I have to get something from an ore fabricator somehow. Free Neo Vent. Extract the hunter data for Neo Vent. I don't have hunter data. I need 3 of them. I did so many of these already. Hunter nest. Hunter nest. What do you need from this? Ooh, but I have interface +1, so I just need 1s or 2s. That's good. Is it? Yeah. Oh. I can do a 3 for this one? Interesting. Good to know, but I kind of hope that it decreases over time. I don't want to do too many in a day. Okay, let's just stop that now. That whirring sound is worrying. I know this is a waste of money, but I'm so close to Overlook Regular, so I just wanted to do it to it, you know. Glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Han! Spacers call across the load room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Shout back. You spin back off your stool, scrambling for words. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you into hard vacuum. Tala, owner of the Overlook. She must like me now. I hope. Yeah, I hope at least. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. Ooh, no, I hurt myself. You reach the hand for the glass, for a glass, and the glass shatters. You reach up a hand, and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and grill vapor, you see Tala leap to the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as she slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by the other figures, I'm stuttering all of this whole thing. Now flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm, and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it's cleared, and a fresh measure of grill is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once again. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol and metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, and Tala brings bright eyes search for your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch away. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time tapping the tweezers tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Man, everything she's having to do with Tala is just like really difficult for me for some reason. Whatever. Tala smiles to herself. So you been on the eye long? Just arrived. I thought so. I only seen you here a couple of times. The splinter clicks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars maybe. They fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know, but I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, but the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slats the glass of Briol to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. I just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw the spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Griot. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to someone, something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. That was nice. I liked that. That was cute. Would this be our robot waifu? Clearly, every game needs to have waifu, right? If no waifu, then no laifu. Ain't that just not right, too? Okay. Let's go to sleep, I guess. We got 1 day left before or 2 days left before the hunter shows up. Okay, I can inject the stabilizer when I'm at home. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh. Oh. Just stretching. I'm not that old, but I feel like I'm ancient sometimes. Probably just all the sitting I do. Yeah, that's all I ever do, just sit. Okay, the merchant freighter's here. Haggle over prices, I don't have any engaged skill. Shoot. Well, I guess I'm paying full price. Buy ship mind fragment. Oof. And they only have 2. Good thing I have 120. I gotta buy it. Do I have enough? Oh no. And how long are you here for? 3 days? Well, I bought one. I don't know how much I'm gonna need, but I need something. I need that data. Okay, and I got no 3s today, but I did get a, like, full yellow, a whole full yellow thing. This is cool, I could do this. This is a 6. I don't need to into it. Oh, wow. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna do another... Wait, hold on. 1 minute. Maybe... Should I do this first? Maybe I should. Fortunate for me, I'm like all 5s and a 6 today. So no matter what, I'm getting 100%. I'm gonna do build a ship mine. That's my thing to follow right now. Okay. Don't know which is better to do. Oh, fragment supply. I can input 1 ship mine. Oh, they'll pay me. Ooh. I could take some money. That's it? Wow, what a frickin' ripoff. This is the assembly line. Oh. Junior tech. System seems looking for new members to prove yourself in a reliable tech, and you are in. You have a spot supporting the welding team and a good place to prove you know how to put a ship together. Huh. I'm like sitting pretty in this one. Quality control, shipyard buildings. Oh, I could make a lot of money this way. Maybe I will be okay. Don't think about the hunter, don't think about the hunter. Let's talk to these two. The shipyard, Haven Age construction yard. From the walkway, the side-reel horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames all along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Oh, hello, Lem and Mina, shipyard worker and his daughter. She's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little ways down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He's thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches on the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem? He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. This is Mina. And this is Mina. He adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from the Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight out to his other arm. Just admiring. Understandable, he nods, gazing back out at the sidereal horizon. You like her too, don't you, Mina? He jostles her a little. She's Mina and I's ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. The ship? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes Haven Age contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey though. But a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means a landfall on a new world, he winks. Decades? It's a long trip. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Celis Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be totally independent colony, no surrogacy, no corporations. Celis Foundation? They're Haven Age's client, yeah. Some wealthy project from the core systems interested in independence and self-sufficiency and all that. They hired the whole shipyard out. Help rekit it and everything. He strokes Mina's hair. Someone else's dream, I suppose, but doesn't mean people like me and Mina can't tag along. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers, food, pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with the set of dog tags that hang around Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little meanie. A little meanie? Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you and suddenly notices how tired he looks. I'm not on the Haven Age crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard. For sure. He looks at the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hull. You gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. I'm talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. You agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, she says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. We hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We are just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side. She clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shouts echo down the walkway, and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the sidereal horizon, a ticket out. New drive. I could win a sidereal ticket. Huh. Interesting. Okay, he said I needed to get in, but I don't know. Where do I get frickin' Haven Age ciphers? I've got the Ripper Worm. How do I do this? don't trust him, though. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a trustworthy guy. So it doesn't look like my thing's going down. I have to do this one, I think. I can't even do it yet. This one and this one. Okay, well, I can't do it right now. What I really need to do is build this thing. This could do it. Come on. Yeah. Excellent. And I got more money. Trusted trader maybe means that... Or fabricator. That's what I need. Give me 2 seconds. It is getting bright, and I have to close some windows real quick. I had not closed the blinds, I would have had like this weird strip just across my chest of like a basically just a tan, and it would have looked really weird. Maybe not terribly fitting. It's only 3. That's what I needed, and I got 1 I can sell. Good thing I didn't buy more, but I guess I really didn't need to buy more. I built a ship mine from fragments. Okay, nice. What do I spend it on, or do I save it? Kinda wanna save it, because, like, I can fix my own condition eventually. Ooh, or double dip. Ah, that's so good. Jeez, some of these are amazing. Actually, let's look at some of the other ones. Sunbathe, keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Reroll all of your dice once per cycle. That's really cool. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. That's also pretty good too, but not as useful. Okay, so I guess I really don't need this too much. Do I keep the ship mine fragment just in case? Maybe I should. But you get this. Now we friend. And then I'm gonna go take a trip to the north side or whatever. Whatever it's called. It's not north side. There's no north. It's space. Hey, action is done. Another upgrade point. This is what I was waiting for. I feel like this is super useful, and I'm gonna get this someday. Talk to me, Ankita. You drop the ship mine core into the galley table with an emphatic bang. Ankita spins around from where she's been poring over the documents on her slate. Holy shit, Sleeper. Did you actually land a ship mine? She rushes over and hefts the huge cylinder, turning it back and forth. Well shit, it might actually work. She smiles wider than you've ever seen. Where did you get it? I built it. Built it? Well, you're full of surprises. Ankita bangs on the galley wall. Hear that, Amber? The Sleeper's got you a brand new ship mine. The sound echoes down the ship's passages. You have to admit, being in a small space with Ankita when she's this excited is a little intimidating. Ankita pulls the ship mine back onto the table. I'll start with the process of fitting it as soon as I can. I might need your help with some of it. She heads back towards the counter to grab their slate. This isn't the only good news today, either. Looks like my good karma's finally coming in. She throws the slate onto the table and spins it so you can see the screen. Take a look at this. You can see a list of names and numbers, nothing that exciting along with what looks like a transit timetable. I found them. The thieves? Exactly. Well, the thief singular. She points to a name on a list, or more specifically, Ashton Kaede. It was his past that was used to access Amber and slice the ship mine. I thought he might have been killed or robbed, his past stolen, but it turns out he crossed the Founder's Gap the very next cycle. Founder's Gap. That big rift in the station. You can't cross it without the Founder's Ferry. She leans back on her seat. I know some of the crew over here at the ferry, old mercs. Used to run in an outfit I worked with. I saw them in the Overlook, and they mentioned they saw Ashton crossing. I checked the manifests, and there he was. Looks suspicious. He hasn't said a word since the theft, and anyone wanting to hide out might head to the Greenway and go round. She reflexes. He won't get far, though. There's no real dock out there, only a couple of jetties in the wastes. So, going after him? Not yet. First, I want to fit the ship mind. She pauses, but maybe you could help me out. Sure. It's like this. I head over there, especially in the amber, and he'll spot me a mile off and go underground. He'll find a way to slip the station, or he'll bury himself so deep in the waste no one will ever find him. But you, Ashton doesn't know you. All I need is for you to go there and sniff around, not at the commune, not at the stacks. You'll have gone to the edges, the margins, the wild places. That's what Ashton likes. You see him, you locate him, ping me on this. She hands you the comm earpiece. Seeing as this is merc work, I'll be happy to give you a merc's pay. She shifts in her seat. The thing is, I haven't got much left, so how about I tell the boys who run the ferry to give you a discount? I know it's not much, but once I grab this coward, I'll pay up. 200 cryo, nothing less. What do you say? She meets your eyes. Of course. I trust Ankito with my life. She gives you a heavy whack on the shoulder. Good, I owe you. She lifts the ship mind up onto her shoulder, with worrying ease. I'm gonna go get this fitted in Amber's core. You get any info? Any sense of where Ashton is hiding? Let me know. Goes to turn and then stops. And once again, Sleeper, thank you. I appreciate it. Ankita stomps off into the guts of the amber with the ship mind, leaving you in the galley. You glance around, a sudden nervous energy descending at what is to come. You never thought you'd get work as a mercenary, but then again, it seems the eye is full of surprises. Nice. I feel like Feng is lying to me. This is kind of annoying. I want to do survive, but I don't want to waste my money. I still have a vial of stabilizer. Someday I'm going to get this point, though. I'm gonna get it. But I'm gonna do the Grial caps first. I gotta go across the gap anyway, obviously. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I need engage for bar shifts. It sucks. I need to do good service, though, if I want to get to a new house. Definitely not going to get a new house yet. 60 cryo to get the passage. Before I go, you know what? I'm kind of worried. Oh, I don't want ship assembly yet. I'm worried I'm not going to have enough money if I go back, so I'm going to sell this ship mind. I want to be able to make it back. 30 cryo might not be much, but it's more than enough to make sure I could possibly buy something while I'm over there. I have no idea how much it's going to cost anyway. I have to get into the low end. Hopefully I never have to pay again. Respoke. Is this the gap? This is the Founder's Gap? How much does it cost? 100 cryo? Jeez, man. The free spoke. Why is it so expensive? Okay, if I want to figure out the low end, no one knows you're here. You need to change that if you want to access low end's residence facilities. Okay, that's annoying, kind of. I had really focused on this one area, maybe too much. Okay, walk in. Okay. Maintained by their residents, the ramshackle blocks are always in need of repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends or play Tevla. Clack of flitter caps can be heard in every concourse in the low end as the residents play rotating rounds of this game for cryo. Helping out is a good way to make friends. There's the spoke. I can enter the spoke. Spoke climber. Spoke is a layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. So it's a hive world, basically. Elevator. It's cute, but not actually. No engage. Can't do blistered with precarious elevators and stairways. The spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. Not brave. Tangled network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke, as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Dude, is there... Can I sell scrap? Yeah. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Play the exchange. I can still do this. I could sell a scrap. Okay. She frickin' said they'd get me a goddamn discount, but it's so expensive. It's data. Data. So expensive. Oh man, I've got 3 credits now. This isn't great. This is not really what I wanted. This isn't really what I wanted. Oh man. It's over here. Yet again. Enode. Yet again. Hunter. Hunter. Even agent. Okay, I don't want to do that right now. I'm gonna go across though. If I'm gonna go all of a sudden, I might as well go all at once. Yeah, at least I don't have to pay anymore. The wastes. He would be in the wastes, wouldn't he? I need +1 to gather scrap here? Oh no, man, really? I'm too stupid to do this. It's risky, but I can search for signals. Rather than hiking around the wilderness, you can make use of your skills, tap on the cloud, and find Ashton by his signals. Okay, I track Ashton in here. Or, I bet you if I did it here, I would be able... Oh no, it's just gather scrap. Oh, okay. Out here at the edge of the habitable parts of the eye, everything is scrap. Trick is finding components that are still usable. So, like, even this ring, like, there are parts of it that are just completely screwed. Oh, wow. Amazing. Exploring the Greenway is unlike any other place on the eye. Its overgrown chamber defy mapping. Cool. Cool? I don't know. I was hoping... So, maybe mushrooms? Mushrooms. Right? Yeah, okay. I'll give it a shot. No mushrooms. That sucked. Please don't tell me it costs that much every time I want to cross. Okay, good. Thank you. If I had to do that, this game would be 0 out of 10. Not really, but I'd be so sad. Just be so incredibly sad. Go to sleep. I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm getting hunted still. It's only 1 day left. That's not great. But I have a feeling I could use a 1 somewhere. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, where did the Haven agents go? I want to go across for... Get across the gap. Oh wow, it's just an entirely dark area. Except for the Greenway gate here. I need a Greenway cipher. Well, I bet you that tracker's not going to be usable yet then. Okay, back we go. Do this later. I'm gonna need to eat. I don't have any food today. Can't work at the scrapyard because what's his name is a jerk. And I didn't find any grill caps yet, but maybe. Still no. That's upsetting. I got one of these. Only one. Oh wait, there's another. I need a 2 or a 3. I don't have that. What about this one, please? This counts, right? I have +1 interface. And, okay, well, can't do that today, I guess. I have a 1, but it's kind of useless, isn't it? Do I need 1s for these? 2s. Oh, I could do a 1. I feel like this is bad, but let's do it anyway. Screw it. A little bit of hunter data. And I will be fully visible soon. Take this hunter data. I need 2 more, and I don't have the ability to get more, I don't think, without alerting him to the fact that I'm here. I need more money. Maybe I shouldn't have spent all my money. Okay. Was it 3 grill caps? Oh my goodness. And I have none, so I think I should be focusing on getting money then. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I think I should do this. Oh, I see. Doing poor work will get me kicked out. I have enough to get food now. The sun is right in my eyes. Completely blind. Okay, I'm a fungus fan. Okay, in a few days I'm gonna have to take another vial. Music's pretty cool. I'll just move a little closer, so hopefully that's easy. I'm upset that I can't really work in a bar without ruining it. And what do I get kicked out if I do things bad? Probably. Okay, either way, I think I need to try and find that guy. Or maybe, you know what, I kind of want to do the dumb thing and just, like, waste all my stuff today. No? Okay, weird. No, I want to use the 5. Let's use 5. That's it. That's all I got from that. What's over here? We're tracking Ashton, I see. This is work the canteen, work the grow beds. I can't do the engage very well. Got good ah, shoot. That's dumb of me. Why did I should have used the other one. Oh man. That was dumb. Well, what else can I do? Just keep going for the farm. Oh, but if I get caught, it's bad. You know what? Give it a try. Okay, so it goes up no matter what? Hey, don't steal too many times. Right. Let's find out what happens. Am I gonna lose now because I didn't find out how to put that thing in? The worm? Couldn't access Haven Age. This wouldn't let me use it, so... My hope is I get a 3 or a 2 tomorrow. And that the hunter doesn't wake up and kill me. Because that would kind of suck. That would be a stream ender for sure. They're gonna be here tomorrow. Damn. Nothing else for it, I guess. Let's just go for it. Can't risk having 3 tomorrow. I gotta use it. Hold it there, Sleeper. Comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Uh-oh. Ethan, the cynical bounty hunter? Good, good. A hand pats your coat. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here, and then you stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. That's a Sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of the asteroid caves or off the godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into 2 perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the ring around your wrists. Go easy. I don't know. Yeah, at this point, go for it. Good, you've got the idea. He grins. It's over. Ethan nudges you to start walking to the ship and home. To the ship and home. He whistles. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Who hired you? Your daddy at Essenarp. They want you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to Essenarp right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put a bit more of a chase, you know. A run in battle through the bright market, maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I've asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That Essenarp tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the circuit systems, and we're heading for the exit. He pauses, and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea. Starts Ethan. You and me, we make it a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns you to face him. You run, or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot, or scheme, or try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles. You come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab? He rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay then. Sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. Clicks something in his belt, and the ring releases from your wrists. I'm gonna see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. Well, no. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you gonna do? I don't know. What are you gonna do? I don't know. What are you gonna do? Ugh. Well, I can't leave until I disable my tracker. What about... Well, what? He's gonna... So he'll know if I use... That's so upsetting. Time for cry. I don't think I'm gonna survive. It says the bill isn't going to be small, meaning I have to work more. That's so upsetting. Guess I'll cross the ridgeway. Try to find... And I'm screwed. I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive. Guess it's time to search the signals again. That's fine. This is fine. Not great, but this is fine. Let's go back. So, like, I'm gonna do it tonight anyway. Like, on this day, I'm gonna do the hyphen agent thing or whatever. Whatever it's called. It's the Haven H. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But I don't really know what to do with the 1. 50% negative, 50% neutral. I mean, what do I use the 1 on today? I've got no idea. I have no food. This is tough, man. This is tough. Cryo's not a lot. I'm gonna have to sell my scrap, I guess, huh? Tomorrow they'll be back. I think I can buy scrap from them. I don't think I can sell scrap. I guess my days of hoping that I can fix my condition with scrap is over. At least for now. I need all the credits I can get. I got 2 more. One's not good. Might as well try. It's 50%. Fucked it up. Damn it. Don't ever do that again. And now it's time to die. What else is there to do? Where are you? There you are. And I'm gonna be in trouble now. Oh, a glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of the hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Hide. You slip down the ghostly structures of the eye, feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now. That roving orb, wreathed in tentacles, it flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Oh no. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in an unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught up by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, to your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. And I lost some of that. That's annoying. Screw the frickin' hunter. I got the -H cipher, though. And -H data. Hope I can sell that to somebody, get some money. Slum. Okay, I'm in. H port H33. An open port sits waiting for you to slot into a ripple worm. What will you find in there? Ripper worm, not ripple worm. This is gonna kill me, isn't it? Okay, I did it. Okay, it takes a few cycles. We've got 3 days. And I have... what? 4 days? Where I have to pay up? Should be fine. Okay. I was going into today feeling extremely grim. Being like, yep, this is the day where I die. This is the day where the hunter kills me, and then the hunter inside my mind kills me. But, you know what? It's not terrible right now. We're doing not too bad. What I do need is the hunter nests. I need 2 or 3, and I only have 1 3 today. So let's use it. Honestly, it's better than whatever I could use it for. Another hunter data. Use that, and then hopefully tomorrow I will have more. Is the hope. You know, it's all hopes now. Take another. Only 1 more. Need to compile. They're here. Unload containers. Dangerous. Buy scrap. But it's expensive. And it's actually more expensive to buy that scrap than it is to sell it. So, I guess not today. I still have not really had any chance to do any of this stuff. I wish I could, but I need money. This is what I'm really focused on, I think. No, not this, not this, sorry. Yeah, this one that I'm definitely not actually working on. The wild margins, this one. Wrecking Ashton. Let's do that. Really not doing great with this. I'm gonna do this. I really want to. Okay, good. Extra 2. I'm not spending any more of that on it today. I don't know if there's anything useful even in here, though. I don't know. I'm gonna spend at least 1 of these on here. Assembly. Because it's safe if I do it. But only 1, that's annoying. Okay, let's see. Is it worth it to use it on 1 of these? Maybe not today. I already know I'm going to need money, and I am kind of interested in progressing this plot line. That being said, is there not something else I could, like, put this into? Either way, I need money. Or I need money, but I need food is what I meant to say. Not money. I mean, I do. Oh, man. I hate this. And by I hate this, I mean this game is pretty cool. It might actually be more worth it to use it over here. pay by yield. And it's just a repeatable action for ground biosphere. I was trying to do this a little bit. The free food would be amazing. I just think this is more, not this, I have to keep doing this. This one, you know, the Haifa commune. Which is probably what I'll buy, that data. Let's do this. Feel more confident in doing this one for my last for the day. Back to 4 dice tomorrow, unfortunately. And to bed with us. And back to being hungry. Wow, what a terrible roll. This is a bad day. This is a bad, bad day. What can I do with my unit? 25% negative? Please don't give me a negative. Give me a positive, please. Oh, yeah. Okay. Not positive, but still better than nothing. Oh, God. Got so many. This needs a 1 or a 3? Excellent. Perfect. This is what I wanted. Bypass. Give me that hunter data. The hunter may have 2 on me, but I got 1 on him. Give me that data. Eat it, vending machine. Let's wait a minute. I'm gonna go across the bridgeway. And I'm gonna use this. Like, not useful to do that, right? What do I get from this? Possibility of a negative action, but also possibility of positive action. To be honest, oh wait, hold on. I'm not thinking about this right. Maybe the vending machine's gonna need me to use my dice again. Should definitely wait. Needs 1 more day. Neovend is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at an unsettling angle. You wonder if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Probably not. Sleeper entity. Comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at an incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. The event flashes sequences of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Outlived? Hunter activates during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needs to protect property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as the vending machine could reasonably produce. Station was run by administrator intelligences, huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. Machine dims a little, sentience illegal, hunter and killer enforce law. Aren't you killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Fear killer, part of Solheim protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligences amongst the cloud. Then hunter, then killer, then we hid. How did you escape? Flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through the machine must be exhausting for Neovend. Found this vessel could server hardline. Airwalled, basic, limited. Had to reduce memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. You look at around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? Try to map the fear and freedom onto the space, but it seems impossible. The event interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine glows warmingly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer, to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem will solve self. Will that work? The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but sleeper entity can help. Bring shipmind, designed to house, dang it, intelligence, can imprint self onto shipmind, and you can carry with. The machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and link to Cloud. Where can I get a shipmind? Built from fragments. Buy, salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. We try to think of places that you could acquire hardware. This isn't going to be easy. In shipmind, I can help us both. End Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. Machine dims. Find soon. The event adds hopefully, before shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse, then hunted down afterwards. This feeling is all too familiar. Sorry, Neovend. I'm trying my best, but I'm kind of screwed, honestly. I just sold one. I should have kept... I needed the money, though. You know what? I knew it was gonna bite me in the ass. I always knew. It was never a question of, like, will it? It was a, yes, it will. It's going to happen kind of thing. What can I use it to for? I could try. Gives me a 3, but that's a 25% negative chance. It's still good odds that 75% that something good will happen instead. And the thing is if I screw it up, I can't make this ballsy move ever again. Okay, cool. Right. Got a little bit. Not great, but a little bit. I have a 6. I could do that, but... maybe not worth it. I don't know. I feel like it would be more worth it to go over here, cross the gap, and try and find that guy again. If I get enough money, it's not going to be an issue for, like, most of the stuff anymore. It's +6. I keep forgetting about that. Let's do it. One more after this, and then I'll find Ashton, so that's good. Actually know somebody named that. It's kind of funny. It's like, I'm gonna find you. You're in this game somewhere. I'll find you, Ashton. I'll get you if it's the last thing I do. I have to keep in mind I'll need money soon to buy another vial. I don't want to have less than 3. Like, I don't want to have, well... I don't want to have less than 4, to be honest. These are reasonable dice rolls, but let's go talk to Fang. How much do I owe him, you think? It says the bill isn't going to be small, is it? For the past 4 days of constant partying? Doubt it. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Let's follow. He steps into the passageway, guiding you downrange, towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped? Well done, by the way. He grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right, it's the perfect time. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere the water pipe drips in the back. It's him, Sleeper. Same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name. The entire trail of documentation from the first days of Solheim collapse until now, he wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Haven Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbed the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It was like Solheim was here, running the station one day, then the next, Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. Pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station, and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the accidents, were coming in non-stop, and as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them in, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limbs of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2.8. Young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died. Thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified. The blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlen, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true. But my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews, trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Feng pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though. And by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us in the black. Apart. Feng finally turns his back to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Harden. Shits who held their place, rooted out and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed. Standing shoulder to shoulder with those that they had exploited every step. Feng starts walking again. That's why I can't just let them strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. How is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Feng rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide as glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see the ship in the mid-construction, your flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The vast bulk of the sidereal horizon comes into view, like the ruins of a toppled skyscraper lying across the ring. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Let's go. Feng grins. Let's show this shithead some consequences. He strides into the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the sidereal horizon, always appearing through windows. Looks like the corpse of a whale, suspended, skeletal, imposing. Feng seems to know exactly where he's going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked on one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seem to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry, and at the front 2 men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other, stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of gray hair. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done on the sidereal horizon's hull, and Harden nodding along. Harden Hurst, Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes, Harden asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Feng. Senior Haven Age member, Harden. You see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You're a traitor, Harden. The Solheim executive who tried to hide here, among its victims. Feng's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, everything Erlen stood for, everything Haven Age stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattling of construction. Harden laughs. Well, good to meet you too. Glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, others are nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Harden, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns towards the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. Foreman glances between Feng and Harden, his hand drumming at the sides. Harden leans forward and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As you begin speaking, Harden turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you, if not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of SNARP. You have no place in a Haven Age shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You've guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. Turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. Foreman remains still. Harden's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on the walkway, coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, and we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on the boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Hardin, you shithead. Can't wriggle out of this one. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. Go for the weapon. As you move, Feng puts a hand on your shoulder. He shakes his head and nods to security. Let's go, says Feng, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. I would have died for you, Feng. I know, like, literally 20 minutes ago I said I didn't trust you, but I was wrong, so I would die for you. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up pace. Try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of the entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Feng. What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We're tracking his ongoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook 'em good enough that they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see a web being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies, and the ones he's messaging right now, and we're gonna find them all. That was on purpose? Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Feng glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper. This is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back to the flow of people around him, around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. Probably impressed, honestly. I'm not angry. I still need your help, though, Feng. I need 4 days. I should have known. 7 days total, okay. Yeah, it would never have been disabled in time. Or, like, I'd have to, like, deliberately known what to do to get it disabled in time, I think. That would have been really rough, honestly. That would have been tough. What now? Okay, I've got... over here, I can find Ashton. Let's try and find Ashton. Free Neovent by building the ship mind, but I don't have the pieces yet, and I only have 2, and I'll need 3, which means I'm gonna have to wait a while to free Neovent, or find scrap by raising my endurance, which, if that chance. Can a 3 do what I need? Come on, 3? Yeah, I only needed a +1. Let's see what happens. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack broken from the axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It's stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding. You're pretty sure. All your intuition points in the shadow. My intuition points. They put a lot of points into my intuition. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Kanita gave you back to your palm. I don't know. I trust Ankita. Do I go? No, I'm gonna call her. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzles with static. After a few moments you hear Ankita. Sleeper, have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he's there? Yes, come now. Copy. Hold tight until I get there. The static cuts out. The channel's dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead, the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows from crops, corporate pleasure gardens, growing farm stacks. Now it's a wilderness, a strange overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Ankita's hiss brings you back out of your reverie. Key in the collapsed stack? I think so. She gives you a look. You better be right. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on me for sure. Glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth. Work our way around. She heads off towards the central spine of the greenway, with you following close behind. I hope I didn't make a bad choice. It's slow goings there, but where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it's so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through the dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting, and you desperately want to rest, but Ankita shows no sign of letting up. Up ahead, there's a faint glow from a collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around to the side of the broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, Ankita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips, and you swear you hear birdsong, hanging plants catching the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. In a faint circle of light descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there's an object, a cylinder set on a tarp. It's connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken, open, wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She's fixed her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mind, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Wait. You turn to Ankita to speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on the mossy island, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Oh my gosh. Then she launches herself forward, the now activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wild before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit, you hear from the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps the hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of your head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Oh man. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping on water running down the wall of the drum. Then Ashton calls out, I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sake. Oh no. Disgraced mercenary. Oh god. I don't know. I made the bad choice, didn't I? He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankita shouts. He throws it down on the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you up to there, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mind for what, some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mind. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mind and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there? They're just bait, right? To draw me out? Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reason to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them and they were gonna die. I knew you'd never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Ankita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton, Ankita snarls. Don't do that! Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. Oh no. Oh no, I made the bad choice. I helped the wrong person. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm gonna trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankita. I'm gonna take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm gonna take the ship mine and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil back behind the edge as the ricochet around the insides of the drum, sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water, the red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water endlessly drip endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, of humanity. They're just another broken object among the broken objects, while all around, living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you're already gone. Is that the end of that quest? Oh no, it says I can talk to Ankita about what happened. I think I better. I have a feeling we need to chat, but where is she? She was here. Where is she now? I don't know where she is, that's the problem. Okay, the green one. Let's go in green. Let's do a 4? Risk of negative, but whatever. I mean, I don't really have a choice, do I? Okay, that's good. I got a success. That's enough for that one. I'm gonna make money as well. I think that's a good idea. My rolls aren't high enough for me to want to reliably do the bar. Why don't I do this? Nice. Only 12 cryo? Well, unless I can think of something to put the 3 into. Huh. Could do it in this. Yeah, why not? Cool. It gave me some energy. Oh, that's nice. The Mingi Express, Noodle Factory and Delivery. Okay, Mingi has a kelp stack in the basement, and he makes noodles from the seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift, so if I really need food, I can always do that. Delivering noodles to the nameless units of the lower end takes guts and a certain fearlessness when it comes to asking for tips, and I don't have engaged, so I'm gonna wait. There must be a lot of stuff to look at. Okay. That's all I can do. I think that's it, yeah. And let's hope I have enough money to pay off his tab. I'm hoping it's gonna be like 40, but I imagine it's gonna be like 90 or 80. Meaning, today is gonna suck. How do I talk to Ankita? Where is she? I really don't know where she is. Mushroom groves. Oh, I don't have enough intuition for forage for funguses. I want to do this one, though. I need the fungus. Guess I can't do it yet. There she is. She's away. Ember is docked here at a rickety old jetty. She's sealed up. Note says, Sleeper, stay. I'll be ready soon. So, 2 days? Yeah. Yeah, 2 days. Cool. Back we go then. Gonna need food soon, but... Oh wait, what? Fang's gone missing, what's going on? Uh-oh. How do I find Fang? I only have like 3 days left to find Fang? Hold on. A lot of Haven agents around. Gotta find him. I don't know where he is though. It's done. In the shipyard. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gather outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on the receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass. Waiting for their number to come up, you keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, Sleeper, wait up. Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair. As he does, shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he's clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Is Mina okay? She's good. We just had to rush up here. Puts his hand on her shoulder, and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what... A noise, sound from the entrance, a klaxon followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Shit. Mina? He starts patting the pockets of his gear, glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, all. He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're gonna keep you safe, and he stands back up. Here, take your bag. He shoves it to your hand. She's got food, she's got... Shit, I gotta go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lemma disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands, suddenly, small, without Lem by her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed stare you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds her stare, unmoving. The two parallel tears tracks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking with the low battery warning, and tucked inside is a ragged rabbit, hand-sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull out the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. Give her the rabbit. Or what's their name, actually? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. It isn't going well. This isn't going well. Let's give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out to Mina, and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down. Ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you, and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe if you rust, but before long, you're talking about rabbits, and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his leg and onto his arms as he tumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. Gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. You ever have some time? I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, Sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. Oh no, they're making me feel things. How do I find Fang? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about my boy. Oh, this is the side rail. I didn't even realize, like, this whole thing was the side rail. Big yellow thing. Side rail fit up. Maybe later. This is what's bothering me. This is also what's bothering me. Oh, it's only 58? That's not too bad. I'll take it. How can someone drink this much in 6 cycles? Ethan isn't held back. As you hand over the chits, you hear Ethan laughing hysterically somewhere down the bar. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from across the bar. You look across to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled liquids glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle, the place is packed, a load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. I'm done. Wrong, not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. Glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? 1 round of drinks and we're even, Sleeper? Come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I'd think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNARP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal a little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, Sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Stay silent. Nothing to add? Ethan turns and walks back towards the bar. Good. Lesson learned. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. I'm just gonna leave. You turn on your heel and you're out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Fuck that guy. What an asshole. I've got 2 points. I have a feeling I should do this. Yeah, and I can't take a minus to that anymore. I'll do the self-repair when I had actually got scrap. Some energy recovered at home. I feel like I'm doing a lot of intuit, but... I don't know. I don't know. This is tough. No, I'm gonna do photosynthetic, so then I can get the plus for finding that scrap later. I mean... Oh, no way, 2 days? Oh, I thought it said 2 days. Ethan is back at the bar still drinking. How much longer can this go on for? As long as he wants. I imagine it's gonna get more expensive every day. There's gotta be a way I can find... Dang, right? Shoot. Because red means bad. I don't want him to die. He's the only way I can turn off the frickin' thing. Or at least I think so. Babysit Mina? A ticket out. Unless Lem gets time for the shipyard, he won't qualify for the side rail crew lottery. Watching Mina gives him that chance. That hurts me. That hurts me. It hurts my heart. I don't even know what's on the strut. Less chance for failure. Let's give it a shot. Cool. I found the midline freight hub. Steal a shipment. Got 3 chances before security hurts me, or I can be a freight operator. Midline runs automated freighting down from the free spoke. They need skilled operators. You don't have to lift a single crate. With so many shipments, what's one diverted package? You have no idea what you're stealing, but that's part of the fun, right? I mean, yeah, maybe. I could go for it. Hold on. Be sure that there's nothing forgetting I need to do. I know mushrooms are needed, but I need +1 into it. Damn it. Maybe I should have saved it for that then. Well, the next 2 if I survive. The thing is, I also need that frickin' brain, so I need endure. Did I do endure? I did endure. Okay, good. I need 3 more points. Right? Yeah, 3 more points. What else can I do over here? I hang out with these guys. Do you think I can get data? Engage and endure. What's the worst that can happen? Excellent, I got 2 successes. Nice. New drive. New drive is... Join the Haifa community. Commune. Not community. I mean, it is a community. I guess a commune is a type of community. Got a 5. And I need money. 5 days until I can get 2 of those. Can't afford them anyway. Huh. Pay isn't great, but tips make the difference. I could do this and hope that they get me money. I don't think I have a choice. I really need to do the thing that's... 15, really? Oh my gosh. It's so worthless. It's like nothing. They're going to kill me. How do I find him? I need to find Feng. I have to eat. Sad I can't drink anymore. I'm starving. meaning I have to eat. Okay. Shoot. So I'm so worried about Feng. I don't know if that's like a thing that he just like it runs out and then I don't know. It's tough. Very tough. And I don't have enough money yet to replace that, so I'm gonna be down to 3 for a little bit. I have to pay that off, which is gonna be expensive. This is scary, man. Alright. At least I'm not gonna be starving anymore. Only one more day. And I can finally get that money from them, hopefully. Please. Please, I really need the money. Just slowly work at that one. Greenway. It's 2 away. I could. Or at least try. Got 3s after all. Oh, shoot. Well, I give it a try. There's a chance it's fine. Nice. And it gave me some energy. It's useful. And I guess I will, because it sucked anyway, working at the other place. Yeah, it's the same, I get the same anyway. I'd rather work here. I'm gonna be sad if Feng dies because I don't know where to find him. That's upsetting. Alright, I'm gonna take a 2-minute break just for a minute just to run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. I'm only going to play for a little bit longer because I realize this has been a bit of a longer stream than I usually do. But this game honestly is super cool. I'm really into it now. This frightens me. First things first. What's this again? I should see if that one actually pays better. First things first. I have to do this. Ankita. You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled. Clumps of dirt cling on her armor. You both eye each other. Ankita. She holds up a hand. Sleeper? She takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for what happened. I truly am. She looks down. I'm sorry you ended up in the middle of this, when all you have shown me is kindness. She rubs her face. I'm sorry. It's okay. She nods, then looks up to the stars. I've never... She stops herself. Thank you. Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... She grimaces. Look, she sighs. Can you come with me? It's easier if... Lead on. Ankita leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents that the biosphere maintains, and it ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You've been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back to the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little at the threshold. She turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under the hulking ruin. Small as she's ever looked. She places the box down. Follow her. You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank. Entering the drum at the ground level, it's just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tanks for the glint of a weapon, or a shadow amongst the moss. Ankita stops and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away, and in its place is a mound of dirt, loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Ankita says without turning. You both stand here in silence for a little while. You think of a question you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper. How long did you know him? She takes a moment to respond, and for a moment you think she won't, but then the words come gushing out. He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected. He always hit his marks. The last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. We'd had a period of extended shore leave on the Eye. When he came back, he was changed. I assumed he'd just had too much time off. He was right. Never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die. Alone. She stops, not sure of what to add. It seems like she's reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you. And as you do, it widens. The water drips. The moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it. Life creeping back in. The silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of cryo chits into your hand. It's what I owe. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. I'm gonna take them. I have to. You take the chits and turn without saying a word. You continue up the track, and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and leaves the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pocket, and you hate them for reminding you how little a life is worth. 200 for 2 lives? Bingo, baby! Yay! Woo! Yeah! I just got another upgrade. Yeah! Not a very happy ending to that quest, to be fair. Well, what are you gonna do, right? Not much that, I can do, to be honest. It was too late. I already made the mistakes by helping her. I guess I can gather scrap then. Come on, give me a ship mind. 2 scrap. Okay. It's not bad. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Going green. I can do this. It's not gonna be fully mapped. What happens now? New drive. Grow mushrooms. Your aviary would be a great place to grow mushrooms with some work, that is. Oh. Okay, interesting. What's that? Once a corporate garden for impressing guests with gene-tweaked birds. Now this chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. I see. I have to, like, actually go in and tear it out. Okay, that's cool, though. Let's go back, though. Could use it here, but... Oh, I get credits for it? You know what? I don't know. I don't want to try stealing a shipment. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but let's do it. Let's do it. Scrap and 5 cryo. Well, I need scrap to buy stuff, so I guess that's fine. That's everything for now. I can actually, this is something I can actually do. I got enough money to buy a new one. Nice. App block. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At once, it ends with a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It's perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted onto it. 20-F, 207-F, and then crudely scratched onto the handle at some later date, low end. For a moment you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. And by time to head to the low end, I mean don't head to the low end today. You bought yourself extra time with one vial at a time. Thanks. I did! I need +1 intuit to get the mushrooms unless I want to use it for something else. But I will do this, because I'm kind of want to upgrade that anyway. I have a good amount of money now. Back to sleep, then. I'm the sleeper. I'm the sleeper. Okay, I need to inject my stabilizer. Actually, hold on. I want to eat some food. I just made a lot of money today, so I'm gonna at least make myself full for the next day. Give myself a nice good reset, because I'm going to end the stream after this day. I just want to sort of set myself up properly. Excellent. And then, yeah. We're all set. We get a whole 6 dice tomorrow, or 5 dice tomorrow. And they're all gonna be 1s. Well, there were some 1s in there. Yikes. Uh-oh. As much as I would love to, I think I should stop here. It has been about 4 hours of streaming. really, really enjoyed this game actually. Like I really didn't expect to enjoy it this much. I thought it would be kind of interesting at least. I I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised though. Definitely pleasantly surprised. I will be coming back and playing this game. Maybe tomorrow. I was like, maybe I'll just do one stream this week because I only got to do like a midweek stream. It's like, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Maybe this game will just be like a one-off stream anyway. I was absolutely wrong. 100% wrong. This game is really cool. So I will be coming back to play this probably by tomorrow. I don't know what time. Maybe around the same time. I don't know if I'll be able to play for the same amount of time. But we'll see. But until the next stream, let me know if you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later.